Stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we are going to talk about how to express worries and concerns and ask for and receive advice. So I think this lesson will be a really good one for beginners. We're going to cover some basic advice patterns, and we're also going to talk about the kind of small differences between words like worry and concern, and how do we react in these situations in the right way. It's important to be able to do this naturally and fluently and choose the right words when someone needs help or is worried about something. So I hope this will be a good lesson. As you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. While we wait for people to join us live, as always, a few super quick announcements. First is about this banner at the bottom of the screen. If you have not checked out that link, you can find free vocabulary and phrase study PDFs to download. This one is the business English one. You can find a bunch of different topics. This one is about family and relatives and getting to know people. So the first time you meet someone, what do you say? So you can check these out. These are all available from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. If you click the link, you will find this page here. You can put your name and your email address in to make a free account. And then to download these, scroll down on this page. You can choose the ones you want. There are a lot. Choose the ones you want. And then if you have trouble, follow this 1, 2, 3, 4 step process to get these. Okay? Cool. So that is announcement number 1. Announcement number 2, if you have questions for me, if you want to ask me something about grammar, vocabulary, everyday culture, whatever, send it to me for our weekly question and answer series called Ask Alicia. You can send me your questions at englishclass101.com/ask-Alicia. There is a link in the YouTube description for you to do that, so check that out there. And if you want to find me on social media, this is my Instagram. You can also find my Twitter account too with the same name. There is a link in the YouTube description. Okie dokie. So those are our announcements for this week. It looks like everything is okay. That's good. Facebook. Hi Shin and Cesar and Adam and Tao. Hello everybody. Welcome. YouTube is also here. Hello. Baptiste and Musim and Atta and Lartig from Haiti. Hello. Leo. Welcome. Awesome. Everyone is here. I'm going to share the video and like it. Boop. Boop. Okay. Cool. Awesome. If you have not, please make sure you do that too. It helps other people to find the lesson. Okay, let's look at today's lesson topic. Today's lesson is going to cover worries and concerns. We're going to talk about how to express your worries and concerns. Then we're going to talk about asking for advice and help and giving advice and help. Okay? So I hope this is a little bit of review and a little bit of kind of some details in these situations. Okay, let's get to the first one. So first and foremost, the first one, expressing your worries and concerns. First, I want to talk about the difference between these vocabulary words. Worry, in the singular, worry and concern. So a worry, so is something you are not sure about. So you're not sure about something in the future, and it's a negative feeling. You think something negative might happen, okay? So a worry is something that's emotional, yeah? So when we are worried about something, I'm going to talk about this later. Can we please make sure not to spam the YouTube chat? Yeah, so that everybody can ask questions and read. Okay, so a worry is something that we feel emotionally. Yeah, we have an emotional connection to it. Maybe it's our friend or a family member, or it's about a personal goal we have. Yeah, so we express this feeling, that feeling of not being sure and feeling negative about something with worry, a worry. Okay, then a concern. A concern is something you're not sure about, also negative, so not sure about this one. We use concern more in work and in school or in situations with less emotional connection. Or in situations with less emotional connection. So I'm not so close, like my heart or my mind maybe. My mind maybe is close. I'm thinking about this situation a lot. But maybe like my emotions, my feelings aren't so closely connected. That's a concern. So you hear concern used in work situations, maybe study situations a lot too. Yeah? Okay. So, worry and concern. So we can use these words as nouns, yeah? A worry, it's more like your emotions, your feelings. And concern, something that's less of an emotional connection. Now, let's compare these two in a different use, so not as a noun. So first, let's look at worry as a verb. To worry. To worry means to think about the future with fear and anxiety. To think about the future with fear and anxiety. So we use this a lot. I am worrying about something, 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 right? I am worrying about blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, right? We use these a lot. We use worry a lot as a verb. Then we can also use to be concerned too. We're going to look at a few different sentence patterns with this today. Okay, so to be concerned means to be in a state. So your condition, your mental condition or your body's condition is negative. You're in a state of negativity about a situation or about the future. That's to be concerned, to be concerned. So let's look at some example sentences. Let's look at how we use these words. We have worry, worrying, worried. There's so many different ways to use these words. So let's take a look at some example sentences. You can send your example sentences in the chat. I will try to check. Nohora wrote, I'm worried about Julian's health. Okay, I hope if that's a real sentence, Julian is okay. Okay. Zach says, I'm worried about the upcoming test. Mandar says, I'm worried about my girlfriend. Nice. Good. Good example sentences. If you have more, send them along, especially if you want to use concern. Okay, let's look at some example sentence. I'm really worried about my friend. I'm really worried about my friend. His health is in poor condition. I'm really worried about my friend. His health is in poor condition. So in this sentence, worried is more natural than concerned. So you could say, I'm really concerned about my friend. But the reason worried sounds better here is because worried has a stronger emotional connection than concerned. Yeah? So I'm really worried about my friend. His health is in poor condition. Okay? Let's look at a sentence that uses concern. So maybe a work situation. Yeah? She's concerned about the tight schedule of your project proposal. She's concerned about the tight schedule of your project proposal. What does this mean? Tight schedule. A tight schedule means there are many things in a short period of time, like many goals, many tasks, yeah? And she's concerned about the tight schedule. It means, ooh, is it possible? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. So we can use concerned. Concerned sounds good here instead of worried because this is a professional situation, yeah, like a work situation. She's concerned about the tight schedule of your project proposal, okay? Then let's look at how to use these as nouns in a sentence. He's dealing with financial worries. He's dealing with financial worries. So we have he is, right? He is dealing with. So to deal with, this is a phrasal verb, which means to handle, to address, to take care of something. Okay? Then He's dealing with financial. So financial means relating to money. Yeah, he's dealing with financial worries. Okay? All right. And then, finally, we have some concerns about this. We have some concerns about this. This is, again, something you might hear more in a business or other work-related situation. We have some concerns about this. So there's less emotional connection. Okay, there are a lot of example sentences coming in. Some people, I saw a question earlier, I think it was on Facebook. Kika said, I worry or I am worry. I am concerned or I concern. Which is correct? Well, it's your sentences, sorry, I just lost it. So, I am worried, and I worry could be the beginning of a sentence. For example, I worry that the condition of the world might not improve soon. Like, I worry or I am worried. So depending on your sentence, there are different expressions you can use. It's hard to say just from two words. Yeah, we need to make the context. Okay, lots of examples are coming in. Osushi says, I'm worried about not having hot chocolate enough. Okay, that's interesting, very interesting. I hope everybody has not too serious worries. Ma Vongboth on Facebook says, I'm concerned about my future income. Yeah, of course. We all think about our future income, for sure. Nice example sentence. Cesar says, I'm really worried about my job because my boss wants to fire me. Is that true? Oh no, good luck. Be careful. Okay. Others. Gabriel says, I'm worried. Oh, be careful. Not I'm worry. Not I'm worry, but I'm worried. Sorry, I didn't cover this in this part here. I'm worried. I am worried about my country. Yeah? Okay. Please use to be concerned and to worry in sentences. That's this part here. If you missed it, yeah, you can check this later. I'm worried about my friend. She's concerned about the project. Okay? Cool. Okay, so here is how we can express our worries and our concerns. Okay? Other ones. Luciano says, I'm worried about my worries. Oh, well, maybe you should think about a goal for your worrying. Something to think about, some way to direct your brain. Okay. All right, I don't see other questions, so we'll end part 1 there, and then we'll go to the advice and talking about help section. So if you missed it earlier, there is free stuff for you from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. I show you these all the time, but if you haven't checked recently, you can find a lot of different topics. So how to plan your time, for example, or if you're traveling these days, maybe at the airport, some vocabulary words you can use. Personally, I feel like the front is good. Often on the back, you can find some phrases and like actual expressions or sentences to use. So if you haven't looked at these, this one's about food and how to comment on food. You can check these out, download all of these. You can download all of these from the link below or above the video on Facebook or YouTube. All right, cool. Let's go to part 2. If you're just joining, welcome. Please, if you haven't, make sure to like this video and share the lesson so other people can find today's discussion. Okay, let's go to part 2. Let's talk about asking for advice. Asking for advice, asking for help. So how do you go from part 1? In part 1, we talked about expressing your worry. So a lot of you wrote comments, yeah? I'm worried about my job. I'm worried about my country, and so on. So the next step is to ask for advice. To ask for advice or to ask for help. So depending on your worry, depending on your concern, you can choose one of these follow-up patterns. So let's take a look. First one, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? This one is very open, right? So you express, I'm worried about my job, or maybe I'm worried about you, or I'm worried about my friend, right? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? So this one, usually we use this expression with a person we want to solve the problem with. Like there's some issue, some concern, and we want to talk together with someone to find the solution. Yeah? So this is a good one to use to express you want to discuss the issue with someone else. Can we talk about it? And generally, this sounds very friendly. Like, don't be angry when you ask this question. Like, try to be calm. Yeah? Okay. Then, here's another one. This one is very indirect. So, can we talk about it? This is very direct. Like, let's solve the problem. Let's talk about the issue. This one is very indirect. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. Or you could say, I don't know what to do. Okay? So this one is one you can use maybe when you feel really frustrated, like you're tired, you're really, really worried. You can't think about how to fix the situation. You just feel like it's too much, right? Everybody has that experience sometimes, right? So you can say, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. Or I'm just not sure what to do. Yeah? Okay. Good. All right, let's continue on. Some points are coming up. Someone says the link is not opening on Facebook. Maybe you can check the link on Facebook. It should be okay. All right, others. Oh, Mandar has a good one. I think, Mandar, you said earlier you're worried about your girlfriend. Your example, can we talk about our relationship? Very nice one. Yeah, that's a great one to use for romantic relationships. Yeah, can we talk about our relationship? Okay, Millery says, can I say I am worried or I worry? Check part 1 of this live video after the broadcast. Yeah, that was part 1. Okay. Let's talk about a request for help, a pattern you can use to request help. Can you help me? Infinitive verb. So again, infinitive verb means the dictionary form of the verb. So no change, the base form of the verb. So, can you help me? Blah, blah, blah. For example, can you help me review the schedule? Can you help me find a doctor? Can you help me create a budget? So a bunch of different patterns to ask someone for help, okay? Chris on YouTube, thanks very much for your support. That's awesome, okay. Okay, others. Okay, so you can use your own infinitive verb here to make a request. Can you help me with this? Or another good one that I use a lot, like when I'm really confused about a situation, I want to understand the other person's thinking. I want to understand the other person's perspective. I use, can you help me understand something? Like, can you help me understand what happened? Or can you help me understand what you're thinking? Like, when I don't know, like, what's going on, I'm really confused, I use this pattern with the verb understand. Yeah, like, can you help me understand what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Please help me. So that one, I like to use that pattern because, like, I really need their help to understand. I don't know. So I like to use that. Can you help me understand? Luciano says, is it okay to say to before the infinitive verb? Like, can you help me to review the schedule? Can you help me to find a doctor? I guess you could. I would say we don't because it's more efficient. Like, we don't have to, so it's more efficient. It's faster to say it without. Okay? All right. Someone, Real Madrid Barcelona, says, can you help me with my homework? Okay, good. Yeah, a couple homework examples are coming in. All right, let's go to this next one. Let's look at this one using a conditional sentence. We haven't practiced conditionals in live lessons for a while. Maybe we should. Anyway, what would you do if you were in this situation? What would you do if you were in this situation? So I put this part, the if clause, in parentheses. So this and this set, these are called parentheses. So we don't have to use this. We can just say this. What would you do? So I'm worried about my job. What would you do? So this what would you do is usually enough. The meaning is what would you do if you were in this situation? Or if you were me, what would you do? So this is a very common question. So typically, often, we just say, what would you do? What would you do? Okay. All right. Samstag says, can you help me borrow money? Oh my. That's a very serious request. Okay. Others, I'm looking for others. Harish says, can you help me improve my English? I hope so. I will do my best every week. Most days of the week, actually. Okay. All right. So what would you do if you were in this situation? And when you reply to this, you say, I would, blah, 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 blah. I would look for a new job, or I would talk to your friend. Okay? Here's one more. Have you ever been in a situation like this? So this uses a present perfect sentence structure, yeah? Have you ever been in a situation like this? What did you do? Was it helpful? Yeah? So this is a good example of using present perfect and simple past tense together, yeah? Have you ever been in a situation like this? What did you do? Simple past. Was it helpful? Simple past. Okay? Have you ever been in a situation like this? All right. Others. Tuyet Nguyen says, what would you do if you were me on this situation? Very close, very close. Hard to see on this. Make sure this preposition, what would you do if you were in this situation? Yeah? What would you do if you were in this situation? Then it's perfect. Okay? Cool. Okay, last point here for part 2 is a vocabulary point. I want to introduce this vocabulary point because this is really helpful, I think, when you're talking with someone who is worried or upset, or when you are upset. The vocabulary word is vent. Vent. So to vent means to let off steam, to release emotions. So what does let off steam mean? You know, when you cook like just water or soup or something. It gets really, really hot, and the white vapor, like the water, gets so hot, the steam comes off, right? Imagine that is your emotions. So to vent means to release it. So imagine, here, I'll get a prop. So imagine, like your emotions are in this bowl, yeah? And you need to release them from the top. So, like when you're cooking, you take the top off the pot, yeah? And the steam comes out. We call that venting, to vent your emotions, or to vent a room as well, like to release something from the room, right? So, we use this verb to talk about releasing our emotions. For example, I really need to vent about today. I really need to vent about today. So that means I really need to release some emotions about today. Like today was super stressful for me. Today was really hard. Today was really difficult. I want to just release my emotions. So venting, to vent, often means I don't need advice. I don't need you to help me fix it or give solutions. I just want to release what happened today. So this is called venting, okay? So you can sometimes say, sorry, just venting, like at the end of a stressful day. Oh, sorry, just venting. I'm just venting. I'm just releasing my emotions, okay? Cool, so this is a really good one. Okay, awesome. So that's the end of part 2. Oh my gosh, time went really fast today. What happens? My gosh. So, okay, let's go straight to part 3 then. So we've asked for advice. We've asked for help. How do we give advice? How do we give advice or give our help in some way? Okay. Okay, let's go. Part 3, giving advice and giving help. So as we did with part 2. Part 2, we started with, can we talk about it? So you can respond, yeah, let's talk about it. Okay? So if someone wants to talk about the topic with you, you can say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Or if you can't, we'll cover it. Well, later I'll talk about one pattern. If you don't want to, like maybe someone mentioned in the chat, it's a relationship issue. If you don't feel ready, you can say, I need some time. Like, I need some time, or I need some space. Then let's talk about it. So just say something like that. Yeah? Like, can we talk about it? Yeah, let's talk about it, but I'm not ready to talk about it now. That can really help a lot when you feel really emotional or really uncomfortable. Like, okay, yeah, let's talk about it, but please give me some time. That can be really, really helpful. Okay, cool. So you can say, let's talk about it. Or, sure, I can help you. So remember that, can you help me, blah, 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 pattern? You can say, sure, I can help you. Sure. Or, I can't help you right now, but how about this weekend? I can't help you right now, but how about this weekend? So if you're busy right now, like you're at work right now, or this week is super busy for you, but you want to help that person, your coworker or your friend or whatever, you can say, I can't help you right now, how about this weekend? Okay? Good. Okay. Then here, this is the follow-up to this question I introduced in part 2. What would you do? Excuse me. What would you do if you were in this situation? What would you do if you were in this situation? If I were you, I would, infinitive verb. Okay? If I were you, I would save money. If I were you, I would save money. Here's my infinitive verb. If I were you, I would save money. If I were you, I would talk to her. Oh, sorry, I erased it with my finger. If I were you, I would talk to her. Or if I were you, I'd take some time off. Maybe you need a vacation. If I were you, I'd take some time off. Okay? Lolly Lolly says, how about and what about? Do they have the same meaning? No. So how about is used to begin a suggestion, and well, what about can also be used to give a suggestion. So you can say, how about pasta for dinner tonight? Or what about pasta for dinner tonight? Those can be suggestions. But what about is used to ask a clarifying question. Like, what about that thing you were working on? What happened with that? So we use that to clarify something. Okay. This is how we can use the if I were you response to something. Okay, let's continue on to some support expressions. So your friend is worried, or someone is worried or concerned. They're experiencing a challenge, whatever. You can say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So maybe your friend or someone is really super stressed, or they are too busy to talk, or they feel upset. You just want to express support for that person. You can say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So here doesn't mean physically. It doesn't mean in the room all the time. It means emotionally. I am prepared to help you. I will be there for you. I will be your friend or your family member or whatever. Yeah. Okay? Okay. Then, this is another good one. So maybe someone is feeling very worried or very stressed. You can say, let me know if you want to talk. Let me know if you want to talk. Yeah? So maybe that person doesn't want to discuss details, but you want to show support for that person. You can say, let me know if you want to talk. Cool? Yeah. Okay? Okay, then for solution. Okay, so you can use this one maybe at work, yeah? Maybe we can find a solution together. Maybe we can find a solution together, yeah? So at work or in other relationships too, in friendships and romantic relationships, if there's an issue, you talk about it, you can say, yeah, let's talk about it. maybe we can find a solution together. Yeah? So this maybe shows maybe we can't. It's possible. That's okay too. But maybe we can find a solution together. Yeah? Okay. And this one is good too. I've marked this one with a star because I talked about venting at the end of part 2, venting, when you just want to release your emotions. All of us experience that, right? So this one is a good question to ask. Maybe if you think, oh, I think this person is just venting right now. I don't think this person wants me to give advice. If you feel that way, sometimes that happens. You can say, do you want me to tell you what I think? Like, do you want me to try to help you fix this? Or just listen? Or just listen. So sometimes you just want someone to listen, right? Just listen. You don't have to tell me anything. So if you're not sure, you can say nicely, say it very nicely, do you want me to tell you what I think? Or just listen. Something like this can help you and help the other person understand what's the best thing to do in this situation. Okay, cool. So here's some ways to give advice. To give advice, to give help, to give support. Okay? I am extremely late. Oh no. Okay, so I have to finish this week's lesson. Thank you very much for sending your awesome example sentences and questions. That was really great. If you want to take a screenshot of today's lesson boards, here you go. Boom. All right, so today we talked about how to express worries and concerns, how to ask for advice and help, and how to give advice and help. So I hope this lesson gave you some ideas to communicate with your friends and family and coworkers about problems and issues and how to express support in a constructive, productive way. Yeah? So I hope that it was helpful for you. Let's look at next week's lesson information. I have to finish very quickly. So next week's lesson, I'll be back next week, September 8th, Wednesday, September 8th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please use your Google skills or set a notification on YouTube or on Facebook. Or if you follow me on Instagram, I always post a link and a topic reminder in my stories. Oh, you can't see, my shirt's white. So next week's topic is going to be expressions for social media. Expressions for social media. I like doing these lessons. So it's like the words, the slang we use in social media, the verbs, vocabulary that we use on the internet a lot. We're going to talk about this next week, so it should be lots of fun. So please join me next week for this very fun live lesson, okay? I will wrap it up there. Make sure, if you haven't, check the link below or above the video to get all of your free stuff to check out. There's a lot of stuff I haven't printed out. The team made some new things, so check the link if you have not in a while, okay? I will say goodbye for now. So enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Have a great day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I will see you again soon. Bye.